I'm missing one button here. Hold on. All right, everybody. Hi, I'm Coach Dennis Sliwka, and I have to turn my feedback down here. Hey, everybody. I'm Dennis Sliwka with Modern Era Warriors. Thanks for being here today. Once again, we have an amazing guest, always bringing on like-minded people. So today we have Melanie Sliwka with us today. I've known her for a very long time, attached to other coaching practices that I have been associated with in the past. She's still killing it with regards to diet, exercise, her workout, her clientele, etc. So I cannot wait to get into everything that we have to talk about today and do a big deep dive in everything here. So hey, so Melanie,
hey Dennis, Sliwka to Sliwka.
Yes, good seeing you. So hey, really quickly, I'm going to give part of your bio at least, right? And she's like, everyone's always like, no, don't read that whole thing, but I will try to be brief here, right? And then I'm going to ask you again your purpose, passion, principles. So you're going to cover some of this anyways, right? But hey, if you're looking for a greater health, help with chronic disease management, performance fueling, youth programs, which is a big passion for her in coaching, right? Or just sustainable life changes, and I cannot expand enough on sustainable life changes that we're looking for people, right? So Melanie has programs and experiences to help you achieve your success in these areas, right? And so she's been doing this for like 15 years, working with spec ops folks, Navy SEALs, elite athletes, youth programs for elementary school, etc. So her clients, right? She helps them with nutritional reform, plethora of hard to follow programs that she has, right? Excuse me, where am I at? I just lost where was that here. So Melanie begins to work with clients, right, in need of nutritional reform. She's found a plethora of hard to follow programs in the past, right, which were not very successful in the long term. So what has she done? I'm going to come right to it and skip about 3 or 4 sentences here, right? So she has put her wealth of knowledge into creating a book, 6 weeks to cleaner eating. I cannot tell you, right? So we're looking as a coach to simplify things in order to have success in areas. This book does that. I cannot wait to dive deeper in it, right? But Melanie's out in California, out in that Carlsbad area, and she's helping kids in elementary schools, middle schools, etc. Got another book that will be coming out that she's working on too, just for kids. Has a couple different websites. One is just for kids as well too, right? But she's a longtime member of where I know her from SealFit and Unbeatable Mind. Of course, she does her own thing, which is what we're here to talk about today. She has tried and tested hundreds of different fueling ideas to support her own fitness, right, through pregnancy, the kids that she's had. She was the 12th woman ever to successfully complete the civilian version of the Navy SEALs Hell Week, which is amazing, amazing, amazing. She was part of the 24-hour burpee challenge, which was a world record. I wish I was part of that too. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. Great team. She did the Grand Canyon rim to rim. We just talked about it. I did also insane event. Does some Ragnar races in the past, which are pretty cool too, right? And are we still surfing, or is that kind of
yeah.
All right. So used to be a competitive surfer at one point and still loving to surf. So hey, Mel, anything else you want to add in there, right? But the first question will be too, right? Who is Melanie or Coach Mel, right? And what is your why, as always, right? As you and I know, purpose, passion, and principles behind who you are and what you do.
Oh my gosh, who am I? That's such a funny question, especially from the perspective, right? Because like we're a lot of things, right? I'm a mother, and I'm a dear friend and a confidant and daughter. I think I'm a pretty good daughter, sister. I try to do all those roles well. I have a lot of roles in the world. But really, if you just bust it down to what I am, I'm just like a Midwestern girl from Detroit who is really curious about living a really good life.
Awesome.
Right?
And it definitely shows. It shows up with who you are, what you do, and the line of work that you've chosen, which is a passion of yours as well too, right? So tell us about your business. MS Fuel and Fitness. And if you want, I'll just, their websites for Mel is www.medmel.com and www.kidsfoodfight.com.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm a functional medicine practitioner. So that's kind of at the core of what I do, and nutrition. So nutrition, functional medicine go hand in hand. The difference between a naturopath and a functional medicine practitioner is that we believe in Western medicine sort of as triage, right? As it for acute care, so to speak, in combination with naturopathic um, focus. So we're looking at food. We're looking at food. We're looking at exercise. We're looking at sleep, and focusing on those things to heal you. And then the Western medicine is the domain where we stop the acute problem. We stop the insulin response, right? We stop the chronic IBS. And so sometimes you need help. Sometimes when you're overweight and you're obese, sometimes you're going to need the Ozempic to get to a place where you can actually move, or right. And so that's what I do. And that's the functional medicine. Medmel.com implies, that I'm helping people through both of those. I'm not a doctor. Let me just preface that, but I work with doctors to help people with their panels and trying to figure out what's going on.
Awesome. That was going to be a question I had later today. You just gave it already, right? So as a good coach, we're working with doctors. If the person wants to bring the doctor in or share that information with you, and working on blood panels and things of that nature too, 100%.
Always, yeah.
Very awesome. So we're looking at what? Simply daily adjustments to life so people have success. Add in the long term to continue what I refer to as knocking down the dominoes, right? One success, another success, another success. So cool.
I love that.
Very good. Let's start to talk about the book, 6 Weeks to Cleaner Eating, right? So, hey, this is a read that it can get done really quick. I don't know how you recommend reading it. Do you recommend reading it front to back? Do you recommend reading it like 1 week at a time? Something else that's in here too, because it is different weeks. How do you recommend the reader?
Yeah. Yeah, just whatever suits you. I have books that I pick up. I read cover to cover, and I have books I will pick up, and I find the spot I want to look at. That challenge, I love it because it's a culmination of all the diet plans that I've ever seen and tried with folks and failed. And that's because people are so unique to their preferences. Someone will ask me, Mel, can you build me a diet plan? I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'd have to come live with you for a month, Dennis, to look in your refrigerator and figure out like what makes you tick. Yeah. And help you,
No, I hear it.
Right. And so that's what I love about 6 Weeks Cleaner Eating. It did come out of the 30-day, oh gosh, what's it called? Oh gosh, it's that 30-day challenge where you just stop eating everything all at once.
Stop eating everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally, I can't remember what it's called. I'll remember in a second. Yeah. So you basically stop eating everything, all of the grains, all of the sugar, beans, Whole 30. It's called the Whole 30.
Whole 30,
and you start on day 1. And so we started doing that in my membership, my CrossFit membership, and everyone failed. Everybody failed but one lady, and that lady gained it all back eventually too. And everybody was miserable.
So why is that? Do you think there's too much of an ask of everyone to do too many things right off the bat?
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting, because I as a coach, whether it would be like the 6-pillar journal or 6 weeks, here's a question off track then too, right? So what if someone comes to Mel and goes, I just want to do all 6 weeks, week 1?
Some people can, Dennis. Like I said, there was that one lady who did. Yeah. And she's like, I just want to do it all once and I want to go. That same person is, on Ozempic now because she could not control her habits, couldn't control her appetite. And, long-term Ozempic for me, unless you are diabetic, is definitely a dangerous game to play. It's like any diet drug for me.
So I asked that question because I do think there's a percentage of people that can do, like, I am so dedicated. My why is insane. I can jump in and I can do a 6-pillar journal, or I can do 6 weeks to cleaner eating, and I can get it done. But I find that is less than 10%. And I find if we give people too much too, because they want to give, right? You almost have to like reel them in at times because you just said it. we see too many people fail. So do one thing well, and then go to week 2, right? Then go to week 2.
So Dennis,
And
the core of, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. The core of functional medicine is that we find out about the client. The core of Unbeatable Mind and that coaching is that it's not about us. I can do crazy things. You just said I'm nuts. I'm a little nuts. I can do crazy stuff. You can do crazy stuff. Most people can't do that, and they just beat themselves up because they fail, over and over again, and then they gain weight back, and then they be a cycle of disease, right?
And I don't like it either, but I have a friend that I'm actually going to recommend go on Ozempic because he has such a large amount of weight to lose with not good habits. So I think I will make the rare recommendation to him that he actually does it for a short period of time and then get off of it and then get on a successful path too, right? But why is the challenge for me and everyone I know?
Because you can't, just like you said, you can do it just like you said. You can add everything in at once. You can do it as prescribed, which is how I've written it. But there's a lot of preface in that book that says, if you want to take out one food for a week and then add it back in and take out another food, you can do that. You can compile the foods as you go. You could do a 50% reduction in, say, grains. People like freak out during the grain week because we're so used to breads and we're so used to pastas and like, tortilla, you name it. Like that's the filling of our food. Typically we have protein and we have like a lot of carbs that are quick carbs. And so I want to meet everyone's ability, and it's not meant to be done once. This is meant to be done like 3 or 4 times a year and keep honing in on it.
Meet the client where they're at a little bit. So they
everybody, you have to, Dennis, you have to, right? I mean, if you want to have clients, because people like me and you typically don't need a coach for a diet. Although I did hear about your cheese.
Oh, and we're going there right now, Mel. Week 1. And if I'm to open my refrigerator, you will see coffee cheese with coffee on top of it. You will see different types of cheese like Munster, and I am a little bit of a cheese snob, right? As far as I like different flavors of cheese. I will have them either with some meats like meats and cheeses or with some fruit, right? And so it's very European type eating occasionally. So I don't eat a lot of my meals are not meals, right? I refer to them as feedings. So some people have to have a meal every meal. No, I need, meat, a vegetable, and whatever, right? So I need my lunch to be that way too, right? So I don't always eat that way, right? So I'm often eating what I refer to as feedings. So that could be a shake. That could be nuts and something else for a snack, right? Or which is a feeding for me, right? So that's not a sit down meal, right? But a lot of people have to have that to eat. So, hey, let's talk about week 1, cutting the cheese.
Yeah, so cheese is really inflammatory. First of all, it's very highly processed. It's got a lot of sugar, a lot of fat. I mean, a lot of salt, a lot of fat. And so, it's normally not very well made. And so what it does to our system is it's like it jacks up, your inflammatory response, because you're gonna take out a bunch of water because it's so salty and whatnot. And then the fat that they use is typically not great fat. So that's gonna immediately not pass go, clog your arteries. If you were to go and eat an In-N-Out burger, and we've done this, by the way, in the old lab at Steel Fit, we've all gone and had an In-N-Out burger, and then we had a lab down the way that always took our blood as baseline blood for disease control. We were like their guinea pigs. They gave us $20 to draw blood. Really weird, I know. And but we would eat In-N-Out, and you could literally see the fat sitting on the top of our blood once they put it through the centrifuge machine.
I believe it.
It was crazy. And so that fat, man, it's not great for you, Dennis. And that's all. I'm just gonna tell you that.
It tastes good, but it is not good for me. and I know that. So hey, I am. So when I'm done with my cheese that's in there, this is like a week's worth. I went grocery shopping recently. So Mel, I promise you, I am going to be changing my habit with regard that is one area of the 6 that I can change. And so I promise you, maybe I will even do a before picture and an after picture, and we'll come back in 6 weeks and I'll bring it back on. We'll see. Okay.
So quick
Awesome.
coaching on that. I eat cheese. I eat cheese. There's two kinds of cheese that I really enjoy that I eat.
Mhm.
And I don't eat them every day, but a couple times a week. And so by doing this challenge, I've realized that, I actually am allergic to dairy. Like it does not work for me. And so you can eat about an ounce. If you're lactose intolerant, it means that
Mhm.
you don't produce enough lactase to digest the lactose, but you still produce some, a
Mhm.
little. And so I can eat about an ounce of cheese and be okay. So it really keeps me like on par with like not eating too much cheese because I can't.
Because your body can't. See, you're
No,
lucky.
right, right. Well, not, I mean, yeah. And so, but I do love cheese and I do eat cheese. During that challenge, I don't. I take it out and then I see how I feel without it. And I
Yeah.
always feel better. But when I get done with that 6-week challenge with my clients, I'm like, okay, let's get the cheese back out. I want my Parmesan and I want my ultra sharp cheddar. Those are my two cheeses.
Hard cheeses. So what about so for the first time ever in my life, this past a couple years ago, I tried a recipe with scrambled eggs. I put sour cream in instead of water or milk, right? I I saw it, heard about it, I tried it. It's okay. Right? I just did the same thing this week for the first time with cottage cheese to get more protein,
Sure.
right? So it's still
Yeah.
cheese, right?
So your clients, your fans here know that you're a weightlifter.
Yep.
And so when you're a weightlifter, protein, high protein is really important because he wants gains. He wants to get bigger
Mhm.
and lift more because he's bigger. And so that's definitely for you a topic of priority. And so if I were coaching you, Dennis, so everyone's
Yeah.
different. And that's the thing that the main point I want to make on your call today with you is that we can't judge ourselves according to someone else. And so I have to look at you and say, what does Dennis need?
So
Dennis
what
might need some cottage cheese.
all right, Melanie, I'm gonna stick with the cottage cheese for 6 weeks and we'll get awesome. No, that it's awesome because again, we discussed this I think before everyone came on. It's about and we kind of already said it a couple times already, right? Meeting the client where they're at too, right?
Yeah,
What are their individual goals too? Awesome. Okay, cool. Week 2, not your mother's milk. And you kind of already said it too, right? Whether it's age onset or we're just seeing more people too have dairy issues in their life too. But not your mother's
yeah,
milk. Go ahead.
yeah. People, yeah, dairy, same. It's the same. Dairy's, meant for baby animals.
Yeah.
Milk's meant for baby animals. Remember, eggs are not dairy, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's
No,
protein.
100%.
So
Yep.
people
100%.
confuse that. And so,
Mhm.
it's a lot of weightlifters once again are going to go to their whey protein, right? And
Mhm.
they're going to want their dairy based protein. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't hurt you, then okay. But if you're dealing with inflammation problems, that is a functional medicine practitioner, I would take that out and I'd say, hey, Dennis, how do you feel when we take out dairy from your body? And
So
he goes,
there's also
what?
plenty of alternatives, right, for pea protein. So I have multiple protein products, and or they're all-in-one products too, right? And they're vegetarian, and
Great.
they're still giving me 20 grams of protein per serving.
Love
So,
it.
and I am very happy with that. So I think I would ask anyone if you are wanting to make a change, right, and you haven't, try those. There's plenty of choices out there for vegetarian options with pea protein and chia and all kinds of other stuff with seeds, right? So.
Yeah, hemp seed. Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that as well. I do the Orgain, the little,
Mhm.
ones you
Yep.
get at Costco. They're pretty simple. There's some stuff in there I don't love, but on the go, man, when I'm on the go, I'm slamming
Mhm.
those because I also feed instead of
Yep.
meal.
It's
I never thought of it that way, but now I will forever.
I
Thank you, Dennis.
I I I I I refer to them as feedings, right? It
Mhm.
might seem weird. It might seem weird. That's what we're doing. We're feeding fuel, right? We're feeding our bodies the fuel it needs. And I don't need a meal. Is it nice to go out and have a glass of wine and some pasta and a piece of bread now and then, right? With on a date or whatever, you know what I mean, on a Sunday meal. Cool. I mean, you can also go to a nice place and get some sushi. With maybe better for you too. With
True.
right? So there's choices we
Yeah.
still have to make, but all good. Hey, all right. And as long as we're on the pasta, passing the bread.
Yeah, pass the bread. So we know that, particularly the bread made here, the way that we
Mhm.
process the GMOs in this country is incredibly inflammatory. And basically, everyone who's tested for a gluten intolerance, we'll test slightly on that level just because of the bread that we make here and the pasta we make here is no good.
Yeah.
Not made well. It's made in mass production with a lot of preservatives and a lot of crap too. So pretty strict about my bread intake, pretty dang strict.
And you mentioned in the book, I don't know what page is towards the rear, right? Like if you want a bagel, right? So much empty calorie at the end of the day too. And look, I love a bagel sandwich with an egg and cheese on it and some bacon or whatever occasionally, right? But I used to, and I know one of the things that's in your book too, right? If you look at my cupboard or my fridge, it is pretty strict other than some of the cheese, right? But the thing is this, you said it in your book, which I'll let everyone know, right? If I don't buy it, if it's in your house, you're gonna
Eat it.
eat it, right?
Eat
So don't
I'll
buy
eat a
it.
Twinkie if it's in my house, man. I will.
I have a hard time.
I grew up on those things, and if I see one, I'm going to eat it if it's in my house. If my kids bring that home, I'm like,
yeah. So moving on. See, thank you, because you mentioned Twinkie. Week 4 is sweet sacrifice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I went a whole year. I had a challenge where I went an entire year without any cake, cookie, candy. This was not hard for me because I don't eat that stuff.
Oh.
So for Dennis, this was easy. I did it a second year, and I was going to Italy. I went to Italy, and it was the end of June or July, whatever it was. So I only made it a half year because I had to go to Italy and get
Gelato.
Gelato, tiramisu. So I couldn't go there and not try something, right? So I made it 6 months without failing. But what's the biggest thing for people? I mean, do you occasionally reward them with something like that's their, I don't know, that they love? Like, can they have a little something if they did their 20,000 steps? Do you allow for any of that? Like,
and so that's part of the
piece of
book.
godiva?
Yeah, it's a part of the book. It's a yes meal on Sundays. And just like you said earlier, you'll like lob it all together and do it all once and do it for 6 weeks and do it. And some people, and there's a yes meal on Sundays or actually any day you want. So if there's a birthday, you get a yes meal, not a yes day, a yes meal. And that can include any of, the foods that you've already eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really sustainable for people too, because when you're struggling mentally with like, oh, geez, I really, really, really want a brownie. You can go, okay, well, I'm going to have a brownie and I'm going to make a brownie. I'm going to put ice cream on it on Saturday, so you can have that. You can look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything's so easily accessible, Dennis. You were saying earlier, like, you can just watch everything and do everything. And we got virtual stuff and anything, literally anything you want without moving pretty much.
It's amazing, right? People can order up food and have it delivered to your house like never before. I'm not talking a pizza like from the old pizza places, right? Yeah. It's like anything you want. They now deliver groceries to our house, right? They deliver Uber Eats. It's insane. We never have to leave. People
100%.
are, and not a good thing. All right.
Right.
Week 5.
Not a good thing. So
week
yeah,
5.
Cut that
Week
out.
5, I have a little tough one with this one. I like to drink a little bit still occasionally, right? No booze and no juice. But again, I'm going to go back to your thing. Cool. So when I was doing lots of events, whether it's a SEAL Fit event or lots of my martial arts self-defense things, when I was getting ready to go away for a camp, I would stop drinking alcohol 4 to 8 weeks in advance. I wouldn't lose a ton of weight. I would maybe only lose 5 pounds. But I will shred some weight. People will lose some weight. It's extra calories, right? As long as you're not eating it somewhere else, right? You're doing a calorie deficit, right? They're not eating it somewhere else. But let's talk about the no booze. Juice gets me because people, so I would rather, right? I would rather eat my peach.
Oh, yeah.
Or my apple, right? My apples that I have, right? A couple
100%.
apples, different types of apples, then drink the juice. Let's say no. Let's say no.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Like, you have to have, I don't know how many apples, like 8 apples for a cup of apple juice. Like, that's all sugar. It's 100% sugar. And there's some nutrients, but it does not equal to what you would get with the fiber load, the slow release of the sugar by eating the whole fruit. The whole fruit is meant to be eaten like that. It's meant to be processed slowly through your liver and slowly release sugar. And if you have an apple, that will last you an hour and a half of energy. Eat an apple before a podcast, eat an apple before a workout. It's going to last you the whole time. You drink that juice, you're doomed. Like your belly's going to hurt. You're going to like give yourself an insulin spike, right? Glucose is going to head up and all hell breaks. Might as well have a soda. I'm serious. Instead of you're like, I'm gonna do a juice cleanse. I'm like, oh boy, you're gonna just do a sugar cleanse this week? That's amazing. Like, wow. I don't mean judge, but
I did some juice cleanses in the past too, but I would always pick the smoothies they had instead. So it was having like chia and some other things as a smoothie. I never actually got the juices. Maybe there was like a beet juice. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you might as well have a Coke.
So, I have a question for you. Why would you do that? Not just have like a fruit cleanse when just not eat fruit, vegetables. Yeah. Why would you just not do that for a week?
Totally agree. Yeah.
I mean, you're going to sweep your intestines. The whole purpose now, like we barely get any nutrients from our food. Some of, unless you're getting organic, you've got to you've got to have that slow release where they hold all those nutrients. The fiber holds all those nutrients into GI, and then the GI slowly releases them and allows that magic to happen. And then it sweeps your colon.
So tell me about the no booze, right?
Yeah.
If we are going to drink, like so my doctor I know drinks a glass or two of red wine every now and then, right? Almost every day, a few times a week, right?
Okay.
And I hear other doctors, they say if you're going to have alcohol, have tequila. It's clear drink. It's better for you. So there might be some better options, but
wine or tequila?
It's still all booze, right? Yeah.
So why are we drinking booze? We're drinking booze because we want to like, calm down, chill out, it's a depressive. And then we get a little high, a little easy, but like, I'm pretty chill anyway. Like I really like me. I really like me all the time. And I think I'm not going to tell.
Everybody likes Mel.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I mean, you gotta like yourself. If you don't like yourself, that's the place to start. Number one is you gotta like at least find yourself funny. You're like, you are ridiculous.
So it is though, right? I can't. So beyond the 6 weeks to clean eating, right, and beyond like nutrition and blood panels and doctors, right? A lot of people we're coaching, or that whether friends or what, right? A lot of things that I don't like the way I look. I don't like this. I don't like that. I should look like this. I'm like, your body is this. You're going to look like you look. You can't look like a different person that you're not, right? So, and I personally find this maybe a little bit more with women because I think more things are targeted in society towards them too. But I'm not saying it can't happen to a guy either, right? But gotta love yourself is unbelievable because it's before you can do any work, right? You can't be successful doing this work unless you love yourself.
It hurts my heart and I deal with it every day. People are so unhappy with who they are because of how they're judging themselves according to, society. And man, you are really in your way if you can't go. I got a little belly fat and I had 2 children and you know what? I'm proud of it. Like whatever. Like I could I could do a lot of things. I could get rid of it, Dennis. And people do. And I don't care. I don't care.
I'm glad because you love yourself for who you are. Week 6, Week 6, don't eat the meat, and I know that's again limited because you're also in the book telling people to eat meat, right? Too. So, yeah. So just let's clarify that, right?
Don't eat the processed meat. So sandwich meats, sausages, even jerky. Yeah, processed and it's dried. It has all kinds of nitrates and stuff on it typically, and then. Yeah. So, and you're looking at like all that really the fat. We're talking about fat, and the canola oils and the oils that are gonna, be contrary to, our health. So we're doing a revamp that week. We're just fixing some of the bad meats that we're eating. We're going for lean proteins. We're going to get rid of, the real fatty steaks and stuff like that. Tri-tip, get rid of that for a little bit.
I eat a lot of bison. So that's my favorite. Yep. So
amazing.
How important is it to journal our successes or journal so we have success, like a food journal as a coach? Are you looking for clients to do that? Do they have success? Do you have people using watches these days? You care how they do
Journaling
it?
for me is, yeah, journaling's hilarious because I won't even look back at my journals, but I journal every day. I make notes. I made notes today for this. I make notes. I consider that journaling. I don't have
Mhm,
a standard journal where I'm like, Mel feels like this today. Like, I don't do that. That's not how I work. It's not what I have time for. It's not what I want to dedicate my time to.
mhm.
But I ask my clients to send me 5 things that they've done well for themselves today. Do pillar
Awesome.
journals, whatever works for them. I want to
Mhm,
have correspondence, and I think that helps them go, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm sending that to Mel. Yeah.
mhm.
So accountability is huge. Accountability with yourself is also huge.
100%. I had one client which loved actually doing the journal, and she got crazy detailed on what she was eating, and we did have opportunity to get together in person every week for that, before class, and she's like, I the reason it worked for her is because she knew I was gonna look at it.
Yeah,
Someone else is holding her accountable too, right? So, all good.
that's right.
All right. Two types of coaching that you offer. One is for athletic performance, nutritional coaching, right? And then weight loss coaching as far as the nutrition aspect goes. You do other coaching as well too, right? But I know you're again, you mentioned it, right? So you just have some different offers, if you will, right? So I don't know how that's split up between your clients, whether you care, if you prefer one or the next, you just want to meet people where they're at. I think from talking to you and knowing you, right? You love it all, whether it's someone that needs to lose a bunch of weight, even if they needed to be on Ozempic for a short time. We're not saying that's wrong, even though we don't prefer it, right? But you're also helping the amazing athletes at the collegiate level and beyond too, right? Or special operators. Go ahead, tell everyone the different type of coaching that you offer.
Oh gosh, yeah, I do all kinds of I call it all kinds of different coaching. I'm into mental fortitude coaching for
Hmm.
people who are trying to create life balance. That's the UN model, right? And
Yep.
that'll encompass physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. People who are doctors and lawyers take on that kind of coaching. I do executive coaching with corporations like that as well to help people make sure, they're not leaving, something aside to make sure they're making millions of dollars. It's not worth anything if you don't have your health. Or on the other way, people are just spending too much time in the gym, breaking themselves down and not able to achieve the other, financial
Mhm.
goals or, professional goals that they're aiming to achieve. So it kind of goes both ways. This is kind of about getting away from extreme personalities.
Well, no, Mel. So what I love is this too, right? At the end of the day, this is a small portion of your coaching. It's a small portion of my coaching, right? When you're looking at
Yeah.
um, whether it's five mountains or I promote four big pillars, which is body, being, balance, and business, and then I break those down within like the five mountain model. But to me, what was missing in some of the coaching I've got to become a coach before was balance. So one of my big pillars is balance.
Mhm.
You mentioned
Definitely.
it. You're that corporate person, and you're doing all this, and I got a lot of amazing things, but I don't have balance in working out or eating right or whatever else relationships because I'm putting too much time into something too. So awesome. So I will say that right, the love that I have for Melanie and we have with each other too is because we've been through a lot of the same things, and we're coaching in a lot of the same fashion too, right? With regards to that mental toughness and fortitude that people need, and the love for themselves too, right? You can, and it's a very integrated or holistic training that encompasses eating well. And this is where I'll throw in the extra, right? Yell at me about my sleep or whatever else. You said you wanted to also talk about some of the newer things that you've been reading and studying too.
Yeah. So suffering is necessary. My purpose statement is that I want to help humans and all sentient beings to be healthier, happier, and reduce unnecessary suffering. Okay. So unnecessary suffering is a big, big deal to me because we have
Mhm.
to suffer to make change. And so how do
Right.
we enjoy suffering? Like, I mean, literally, there's a book there. How do you enjoy suffering? And that is the key. That is the key. You have to like think about the one thing that you, and not like, I don't want to like watch my family members die, but it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
How am I going to like embrace the suffering for the day and prepare myself for advanced suffering? Because advanced suffering is on the way
Mhm.
too. And so that's a big deal for me. That's a really big deal about that. And so I coach that often. It's part of my purpose statement. And as far as like my hacks go, Gosh, I'm super into peptides right now. I don't
Awesome.
know how you like them?
I take one, and I have asked the doctor about one or two more, but yes, I do. Yep.
Yeah, PPC, hormone replacement, you know, you name it, like all of this
Yep.
stuff is like cutting edge.
Yep.
Research is limited. Unfortunately, it's cheap. So there's not a lot of research
Yep.
because nobody's going to gain that much money from researching it. And that's basically
Hmm.
how research goes. I love that. I love like BDNFs, brain neurotrope factors,
Yep.
hacking brain neurotropes, because that's also like an ATP pathway. You know, the methylene blue,
Yep.
all that stuff. So I'm playing with all of that and taking it and seeing like how it works for me in performance, how it works for me in cognitive function when I'm doing a show like this.
Hmm.
And then of
Awesome.
course my supplements. I've taken magnesium for 20 years every night before I go to bed. I sleep better.
So that was my next question. So let me jump into there, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, go.
in addition to working with a coach like yourself, right? You already mentioned it, right? Working with doctors, if they're willing to go to the doctor, get blood panels, and share that information with you, right? But look, as far as other supplements, since we've got a book on nutrition too, right? So I take vitamin D, I take B, multiple Bs, right? It's a B complex,
Yes,
DHEA, EPA, DHA, magnesium, and zinc. I also take zinc,
me too.
creatine, right? So
Me too.
these are like the baseline that I think everyone should be taking. You might have another one or two more, right? But most doctors that are in the regenerative medicine business are putting everyone on what I just said, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do D because I'm in the sun a lot, and so I convert pretty well, but I probably should. I do take calcium. I think that's
Mhm.
actually really important as well for women in
Yep.
particular. Iron, if you're a woman
Mhm.
who menstruates. Vitamin
Mhm.
C is important if you're not getting enough. If you have any kind of like constipation or GI issues,
Mhm.
C can really, really help with that.
Mhm.
So I like to throw that out there. Yeah, but I do
So
my B's and
I take my vitamin C in a powder every morning, along with
okay.
with my greens, right, too. So,
Yeah.
yep, 100%. Mhm.
And
100%.
then my a really important hack, and I'm sure you guys are starting to hear a lot of this, but during the COVID, oil of oregano, I was finishing my functional medicine master's, and we had a whole section on oil of oregano, and it's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. Oil of oregano is incredible. It's an incredible
Cool.
hack for colds, flus, you name it. In fact, like I traveled all over the world during the COVID because everything was really cheap. So
Mhm.
I could get on flights for like $900 to Indo.
Awesome.
But I had my oil of oregano, and what you do is you put it in a water bottle going into the airport,
Mhm.
empty the water out, the oil is still in there. Hello. And then you put the water back in when you get through, and as you fly, the COVID virus stays in your throat for about 4 hours before it manifests down into the chest and into the bloodstream. You
Awesome,
can
awesome.
catch it. Yeah. So sipping
Love
on
the
that every
love
4
the
hours at
natural
least. Huh?
love the natural ways, right, that we can, get rid of cold, flu,
And
sicknesses, things of that nature. Yeah,
getting it.
and avoid and
Yeah.
avoid. Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I never got the COVID until laid off the oil of oregano, and I was kind of like fooling around at my
Mhm.
house, going to the grocery store, not
Yep.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I did get it. So,
All right, we're over our time, so I'm going to ask just one more question today, and I kind of going to push you maybe to the direction of it too. But what's on your next horizon, right? Where do you see yourself and your business in 5 to 10 years? And if you want to talk about the kid book, boom, I kind of.
yeah, I'm writing 4 weeks to cleaner eating kids, and that'll be a family book so parents can do it with their kids. You got to get the adults doing it first. So
Mhm.
it's a bit of a bait and switch there,
Mhm.
and doing a lot of corporate health optimization. So I'm a CHO, is what I'm calling myself, and I'm moving a lot further into that direction with organizations. I think that's going to be a new pathway for many of us moving forward, and I'm
Yeah,
digging it.
Chief Health Officer
Officer or optimizer?
or
Yeah.
optimizer. Cool. If you're gonna go like CEO, Chief Executive Officer, I thought like for a big business, right? You'd be all good. But hey,
CHO. I'm the CHO.
either way, you're Joe. I actually know a guy named Joe.
CHO.
Awesome. Hey, all right, Mel, I'm going to ask you to hold on for a minute too when we depart here. But for everybody, if you want to share it's in your book too. So if you want to give out your email, Mel, but
Sure.
medmel.com, kids foodfight.com. Anything else, Mel?
Yeah, Melanie Sliwka, my full name, at gmail.com if you have questions or comments or you
Awesome.
want to book me.
All right, I'm going to ask you to hold on for just a second. Hey, everybody, you know the drill, right? Thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you as always. Until next time, train hard, train smart, train safe, train real, and train for life. Thank you, Mel. Stand by.
Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you, buddy.